So what we'll do is we'll kick off with a brief presentation on what this workshop is about. So as the title says, we're looking to build a unified batch and stream processing pipeline with Apache Beam on AWS. And we'll be using AWS services to do so. And we figured that before you get started on the workshop, we'll go over some high-level details that will help you level set on what to expect. First thing I want to mention is, it's always helpful to use a data set that has some semblance of the real world. We're either solving a business problem or some kind of a, analytical problem that we can run, queries, whether they be real-time or batch in nature. And obviously we'll be using Beam to do that, but I wanted to quickly discuss the data set. So the nature of the data set, essentially, some of you may have already heard about this data set. It involves taxi data that the city of New York collects. And we have approximately 10 years worth of data that we'll be analyzing here using Beam. And the data will be sent essentially through an ingestion layer. And for the processing layer, obviously we're going to use Apache Beam. And then we'll also have a presentation layer. All of these I'll go into in a little bit more detail as we go through the presentation. We'll be running Beam on two services. For the streaming part, we'll be using Amazon Kinesys Data Analytics for Apache Flink. I apologize for the Java note there. It's actually going to be Apache Kinesys Data Analytics for Apache Flink. We recently changed the name. For ingestion, we're going to use Amazon Kinesys Data Streams. Just real brief, Kinesys Data Streams is a serverless service in that you actually don't deploy machines directly, VMs directly. You deploy a service that lets you ingest data and scale out in a horizontally scalable fashion, and also scale in depending on your ingest needs, essentially depending on your data throughput needs. And we'll actually use a service called Amazon CloudWatch to let you view the data in near real time as it's flowing through the system. And for the batch side of the pipeline, we'll be using the same code, but we will be using a slightly different set of services. In this case, what we'll do is for ingest, we'll reroute the data that's flowing in through Kinesys Data Streams through a service called Data Firehose. This is just to let you get a taste of what it's like to send data through Firehose into a service called Amazon S3, which you may have all heard of. Essentially, it is a highly scalable object store. And from there, we'll use Amazon EMR or Elastic MapReduce. It's essentially managed Hadoop, and we'll run the same Beam code essentially in a batch fashion to read taxi data and then display the analytics within Amazon CloudWatch. And real brief, Amazon CloudWatch is our monitoring and kind of operational, assistance, so to speak, service. So it helps you set alarms, helps you look at logs, it helps you look at metrics for key services, and you can also use to create custom dashboards, as you'll see. I'll run through a couple more slides before we actually start the workshop. And at the end of these slides, I'll actually show you how to access your workshop. So how do we go about arriving at the same semantics or equivalent semantics for batch and streaming? One of the first things I want to mention real quick is we're going to use event time processing, which is one of the promises of stream processing with Beam. And underneath the covers, we're going to set things up so that we use the approximate arrival time in our Kinesys data stream as the signal that tells us what is the event time that's been assigned to a message. And that is fundamental to enabling equivalent semantics for batch and streaming. And there's actually a Lambda function that we run to make this happen. And Lambda, I'll mention briefly, is our managed serverless compute service where you can run code against various events that are happening throughout AWS, essentially. In this case, the events are Kinesys data streams events that are being hooked into from your Lambda function. And the approximate arrival time is made available for both batch and stream processing within your Beam app, whether you're running the code on top of Flink, in this case, where the Flink code is running on top of Amazon Kinesys data analytics for Flink, or Amazon Elastic MapReduce, which is our managed Hadoop service. A couple of details that I want to touch on, and we can go into more details as you look at the code as part of the workshop. Amazon Kinesys Data Analytics for Apache Flink uses Flink 1.8 as of now. And we'll make available newer versions of Flink as time progresses. So that is a dependency that we have to add as part of running your Beam workload on Flink is the Beam runners Flink 1.8 dependency. This is something you can look at in the POM file once you open up the code. And another dependency we'll add is the AWS Kinesys Analytics runtime dependency. This actually lets you interact with the managed service that is Amazon Kinesys Data Analytics for Flink. Just wanted to make a brief mention of those. Another detail that I'd like to quickly go over, and once again, we'll go over this in more detail if folks have questions as they run through the workshop. It is important to perform shading so that there are no dependency conflicts. I've shown a couple of libraries here that are used by the code in the workshop. One of them is essentially, the AWS SDK. So we will shade it so that there are no conflicts between similar libraries being used in the managed Flink environment. And then we'll do the same thing for Jackson, which is a foundational library that's used in a number of projects. So wanted to make brief mention of that. Another key detail to keep in mind is, how do you pass parameters to the Kinesys data analytics environment? And the way you do that is, we saw the dependency for, let me go back a couple of slides. We saw the dependency for the AWS Kinesys Analytics runtime. Well, this is where you're going to use it. You're going to use that dependency to get properties that you have configured with the service and grab those properties and then essentially set up your Beam application appropriately based on what those properties tell you. And yet another detail to keep in mind when running this in an AWS environment is, as you're talking to various AWS services, Kinesys in this case, you're using the Kinesys IO Beam transform, you have to configure it with AWS credentials. And this snippet shows you how you would do that. We use the default credentials provider so that when your Beam job runs in Amazon Kinesys Data Analytics for Apache Flink, it can grab the credentials from the role that you've blessed that instance of your Flink app with. And this is also detailed in the code that you'll see soon, but I wanted to call attention to it before we get started. And we'll upload the slide deck so that you can check out these links in more detail and get more information on Kinesys Data Analytics for Apache Flink, as well as the source code for this workshop as well. Now, I'll leave the slide open here. You've received an email that we sent out that has a couple of key pieces of information. The first one is the URL for the workshop. And I am going to click on this. Hopefully it will open up in, I apologize, it opened up in a different window. Let me click on it again. And I want to show you a couple of details to keep in mind. So when you click on the link, you'll be taken to the Apache Beam on KDA workshop. Make sure that you've selected the Apache Beam on KDA workshop. So a lot of the information and more that I've presented here are laid out in more detail in the workshop steps. And you'll essentially be walking through each of the steps of the workshop. So here's the overview and getting started, all of that. And one key detail I want to mention is when it comes time to configure the environment, sorry, not configure the environment. When you get to the Get Started page, make sure that you select that you're attending an AWS hosted event. And the reason for this is it actually gives you information on how to log into the AWS portal. And that brings us to the second point, which is how do you run your own instance of something called Event Engine. So this is an environment where we've set up credentials for you to run your workshop. So you will have received a link that is customized to you. So please don't use this link that's on the screen. Make sure you click on the link that you received in the email. And actually, before you click on it, I would encourage for those of you who have AWS accounts, who have been using AWS, to actually open an incognito window or an in private window, copy and paste the link into that so that there's absolutely no doubt that you're running the workshop in this customized environment. So with that said, I will stop speaking and we can get going with the workshop. And I also want to see if any of my colleagues have any comments or any additions that I may have left out.
Hi there. Okay, so about 10 minutes left. So I think people are kind of like finishing up the workshop. Don't worry if you haven't. Just say you have the accounts available for the next day, and the workshop is available online. Hope people got some value out of this and can see the power of Beam on AWS and how we can run Beam pipelines using KDA and EMR in both batch and streaming, and just that you've been working through it okay. So if there's any final questions, just keep typing them in the chat. But thank you very much for doing the workshop. And if you have any questions, do reach out to us on the Beam contact page for this workshop or to our email addresses, which I think the Beam organizers will send out at the end of the summit. And do provide your feedback. We value that as well, and any comments as well.